Chiefs fans, if this happens, the entire NFL will have to pay attention. There are rumors that are born and die in a few hours, but there are others that start small and keep coming back because they make too much sense to ignore. That's exactly what happened when a name started appearing more and more in conversations about the Kansas City Chiefs, A.J. Brown. Before continuing, one thing needs to be clear. There is no confirmed negotiation. There is no agreement. There is no official information saying that Kansas City is closing a trade. But there is something that is catching the attention of fans and analysts. Why have so many people started imagining A.J. Brown playing with Patrick Mahomes? Because when you look coldly at the Chiefs' current situation, you understand why this conversation has emerged. Kansas City remains one of the most feared teams in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes remains the player who changes any game. Andy Reid remains one of the most respected coaches in the sport. But the question that began to grow behind the scenes was another. Does the Chiefs' offense need to have a dominant receiver again to regain that level of constant pressure on defenses? And that's exactly where A.J. Brown comes in. We're talking about a player who doesn't depend on a scheme to produce. He creates separation. He absorbs contact. He transforms simple receptions into explosive plays. And most importantly, he forces the entire defense to change. Now imagine this scene. Just a few minutes left. Big game, Arrowhead standing. Mahomes receives the snap. The defense retreats expecting improvisation, but instead of looking for space, he simply throws to a receiver capable of winning one-on-one almost automatically. It's at this moment that many people began to understand why this rumor is attracting attention. And amidst this discussion, a phrase attributed to A.J. Brown himself resurfaced among fans. I want to compete at the highest level. When a phrase like that appears near Mahomes' name, the internet does the rest. But there's a side that few people are commenting on. The Chiefs don't usually act on emotion. This franchise built its identity by making cold decisions, choosing fit, protecting salary cap space, thinking about several years and not just the next headline. Bringing in A.J. Brown would mean heavy investment, potentially important draft picks, a complete change in offensive planning. So the question isn't just whether Kansas City could do it. The question is, does Kansas City really believe it needs to do this? Because perhaps that's the most dangerous part for the rest of the NFL. If the Chiefs believe they already have enough pieces, they won't move. But if at some point they conclude that they only need one more star to accelerate another Super Bowl run, everyone knows this team isn't afraid to act. Today, it's still just a rumor. But the biggest moves in the NFL almost always start exactly like this. First, it seems impossible. Then it becomes a discussion. Then someone says it will never happen. And then the news breaks. Now I want to know from the real fans. Would you trade important assets for A.J. Brown or stick to the Chiefs' current plan? Leave your comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel because this story may still have new chapters.